Hey, how you guys doing? It's Abe. You got me. Oh my God, we are here. Why are we here? Just because it's the thing to do. Lots been going on out there. We'll go over some of it. Give you kind of lowdown. I'm sure most of you guys all know. God, don't you love monologues? A good show has at least some form of monologue, at least something. How you doing, Chasing Justice? One Stop Fab Shop is in the house. About 12 minutes, 15 minutes ago, we had Trump out there. Yes, our favorite Trump said, Crafty Cat. I think I highlighted most of these comments. I did earlier. When I was first playing that was actually the kind of the Game Boy theme to Super Mario Land, introed and way back, 1989. And I did have that game, and I actually could beat that game in under like 8 or 9 minutes. Pretty damn good for, kid my age back then. Well, of course, the title is Gatekeepers. It should have said Gatekeepers Unanimous. That would have been probably a better title for it. There's 18 people here already. You guys must be here for something or some things, right? Yeah, that's right. That's right. My Kimmy tab is a fun place to be sometimes. You'll have people like BTC, aka Bedtime Clown, carrying on with the old troll. I'll get into that a little bit too. Was a fake cop. Let's go back to 2022 for that one, where all that began. When I made my not really a debut, but yeah, debut going live on this very platform. These are the very people that would block me off their channels, and because they would go live, get on here and carry on, chant, whatever kind of moronic plague BS they were spreading about me must be true. I decided to go live myself. One of the first things I want to talk about here today, but gone tomorrow. Well, more like gone today, maybe here tomorrow. I'll put a link to that in my community tab. I think I already did, actually. Is the YouTube Second Chance program. And that is out there, and it's a real thing. Are you somebody that's lost your channel? Want to get it back? Well, I guess under the rules, you won't get it back. But they will reconsider unbanning you and letting you create a whole new account. So whether you'd be able to get the old original account name back is unknown. It's kind of in the pre-early heyday of this. It is. And I won't read the whole thing to you, but it's called like the second chance offer. Basically, if you've got a YouTube channel that was terminated like a year ago or more, and it meets certain criteria, like if your channel was taken out for copyright strikes, which we all know they're all bogus because, I mean, that's intent to take someone to like federal court over. But nevertheless, you won't get your channel back. If your channel was terminated for egregious violations, you won't get your channel back. More likely than not. But if you're somebody who lost your channel over simplistic or basic community guideline violations, you might stand a chance, along with many others. Just keep an eye out for that email. Do not delete your original Gmail. So it's affiliated with your account. If you did already, it's probably too late. But they will definitely. There's definitely going to be a thing there upcoming, and keep an eye out for it. So if you lost your channel in under a year, hang on tight. Hang on tight to your saddle horn, son, because you might be getting it back if you give it a go. So basically, in brief, let me read this. It's a lot. There's a lot there. We'll consider several factors when evaluating requests for new channels, like whether the creator committed particularly severe or persistent violations of our community guidelines or terms of service. Should be or whether the creator's on or off platform activity harmed or may continue to harm the YouTube community. God, I hate that word. Like channels that endanger kids' safety. Additionally, this pilot, program won't be available to creators terminated for copyright infringement. Just went over that, or those who have violated our creator responsibility policies. I don't even know what that is. Do you? Creators who deleted their YouTube channel Google account will not be able to set the request for a new channel option at this time. What about monetization? You can apply for a YouTube partner program once your new channel meets the program criteria. The new program criteria will include things like having 3,000 watch hours and at least 3 video uploads within the last 90 days. So stay tuned, guys. That's coming your way. So again, if you're someone who recently got taken down, have no fear. Honest Dave is here. And I did recover my channel, though, although Rob Season has, although it was taken down over what was reportedly egregious violations in under a year, 6 months to be exact. Boy, that was an uphill battle, but you know what? With patience comes perseverance, and so did I. I won my channel back. Many of you have been talking on me about the Vegas Valley channels going down. I personally believe that the reason those channels went down is if he didn't hide them, which I don't think he did, because I don't think he had access to the 70K one, is pretty simple. And I've gone over this. I've talked about this before with you guys. When you lose a channel, over time, it's not going to happen overnight. They're going to slowly but surely sloth across the platform, sniffing out any channel that you might be connected to, and of similar or same nature. Look at his channels; they're all the same. They use the same channel avatar. They have the same names, and it's more likely than not they're just simply channels that got zapped by the AI because he had lost that one channel not too long ago, the 2.0 one that he made. So that's my theory on that, and we could talk about what is a theory versus a fact, opinion, or a belief. More often than not, just simple prejudice. Crafty Cat dropping eyeballs, chat. Numbers go up and down, but I'm just here to have a little bit of fun, talk to you. Shout out to Action Slacks Guitar and Karaoke came in my chat. How you doing there? Welcome, Blues Eternal 2. We got Rebel out there who likes to show me in green. Little does he know there's another picture on my channel holding a cosplay Halloween costume kids badge, which is a replica of what he had shown before. Anyway, not what we're really here for. So let's see what else is going on out there. Vips, Vegas VIP is picking up some traction out there. Getting a lot of people in the drama community on his channel across a swath of real estate. We'll see how long that goes. Wish him the best with that channel, and well, we'll see what happens. Then there's Genuinely Jen out there, who I made a comment on this 8-Ball channel, whoever she is. I know of her, I just don't know her. Andrew Knows Best, shout out, was in the chat there. Thanks for saying hi. But anyways, talking about Genuinely Jen, it's really been the center of the epicenter of the earthquake, followed by concurrent tsunami, which is still underway to this day. So, if anybody knows anything about this whole history of the Jen, kind of like the shit show side of the YouTube, there was this guy named Frank, and we're not talking about Evil Terry. We're talking about some other guy, but he is over in that kind of neck of the woods, part of the world, who kind of comes from the true crime. And he wound up on the shit show, and kind of, as I understand it, is where the rest of these people, including Jen, kind of got reeled in the mix. And this was sometime earlier this year. I would say I was watching that panel. And then he sent him some kind of email, basically saying, quit talking shit on me. Boy, they really went at him, though, didn't they? They sure did. Man, they did. Kind of reminded me of my first shit show panel, which I got on back in, I think it was January or something, or probably January of 2023. Right around the time ambient alcohol was just getting underway. Boy, did I get Dutchy over there on Kane's channel, and I dropped that comment. Well, that was on the Pathetic Cult Diaries channel, but similar, because she was part of that too. The Pathetic Cult Diaries channel, which used to restream Quick Vic, Late Night Mr. P, who's actually kind of reemerged and just kind of gotten a few panels here lately. Man, I miss his lives. A lot of these guys go live late at night, don't they? Man, they do. And I mean, I crash and burn. I will literally try to stay awake as long as I can without being a zombie at my we'll just say at my non-job the next day. And all of that. Mark those 8 bingo cards. Let's see here. Prime's been awful needy out there, hasn't he? Yeah, he kind of sort of has. Damn. What's with that kid? Boy, what's with that? He's I don't know. He's we all know that he plays the part, and he does it for a couple of reasons. A, to troll. B, for attention. It is fair to say that, yeah, people will use him to their advantage. Can we say that every time he gets on a channel and tries to mess it all up, that somebody sent him there to do it? No, not necessarily. I mean, somebody else had said, well, even though somebody might send him to a channel to P-bomb it or something like that, the choice is ultimately up to him. So, and I would agree with that. I definitely would. I'm trying to remember who said that, but that was very eloquently put. Gatekeepers are us. Yes, indeedy do, guys. Yes, it is. This is the platform where people definitely like to tell other people where they can and can't go. In some cases, what they can and can't say or do, or both. And God, I hate that. Anybody in my chat, I don't care who you are, well, within reason, and I don't care where you go. You are you. I am me. Each of us is independently responsible for what we do on this platform. And the one thing I hate is group punishment. Group punishment, it's just not my thing. I've worked at many places that implement it, and it just never works out. And what it ends up doing is making a hostile work environment. It agitates it even more. It's like dousing fuel to the fire. And it's like one person does something wrong, everybody else gets to hear about it, and there's no recourse, repercussions for that person that ultimately done screwed up, whether it was deliberate or unintentional, doesn't really matter. Everybody gets to hear about it, and yeah, it's kind of like a limitless. It's almost like a free pass to just break the rules whenever you want to, and everybody gets hit. And I'm just not down for that. Are you? I'm not. Let's see here. Here's Peggy. Can't even spell right. I mean, if that doesn't debunk this guy never was any sort of cop, I don't know what does. I don't even think. Well, I don't know, but I don't even think you could be like a like a school crossing guard without at least being able to spell people's names. But who knows? Who cares? But the Mecca of YouTube hood, it's in the house. Let's see. Should I do another one of those Daily Growl videos? I mean, I need to kind of reinvent that a little bit, I think. And I don't quite know how to do it yet, but I'm definitely going to work on it. For sure. That 111 kid. That dude. One thing I'll agree with Dutchie on, and about the only thing here, with her, she tries to use the same cliches and one-liners against me that she does 111, and she just doesn't know anything about me, and that's perfectly fine by me. People try to go at me, they don't have any knowledge of my job, or they don't know where I work. They don't know anything about my personal life. And so you get little douchebags like this, who we're just stuck on repeat. And I'm just, who wins at the end of the day? I think I do, because I'm the one who's living rent free in these people's brains. Now there is a little group that's kind of reshaped or molded itself, and one of them involves this guy right here, who lives off the government dime. As far as I know, he has since I've known him. So there is definitely that. We did pay for that prosthetic limb. We did pay for that electric, that motorized, battery operated rather, scooter of yours. So you're welcome, whether we wanted to or not. But yeah, it's so funny to watch the same people just kind of regurgitate the same stuff for years and years and years and years. And that's why Prime got irritated when I call him like Rada 3.0, because I'm like, dude, you are literally doing everything that guy does. And Lisa B, if you're out there, you absolutely hit that one right on the nail. You hit that coffin on the nail. And what she said is, yeah, Rada would get up on my panel, and he used to do that. And he would just repeat the same stuff. Abe lives in mom's basement, no job, fake cop. I think those were the only three things he repeated that he picked up from Bedtime Clown and Rick Rude and the rest of these. There was Salty Rant back in the day. As far as I know, it's not even on here anymore. Last I saw any activity in that guy's channel was probably half a year or so ago, at the minimum. There was Flying Monkey, who's gone, and her daughter-in-law, who's on YouTube, who won't even unmute her microphone and say one word. A very, very low-grade channel. I mean, pretty much all these guys. How many people wake up in the morning and say, I gotta get the daily dose of drama on one of Rick Rude's 3 or 4 YouTube channels, or Bedtime Clowns Community Tab, or Midwest Mom. So you got those people, or Black Rose. There's another one. So you got these people in this little inner circle, and what they're trying to do is re-energize the whole 8 Habe thing. And it's just let me give you guys some point of advice. Rick, take this to Black Rose, who's giving you obviously video content to upload to your channel and stuff like that. So if you're going to try that, if you're going to try to bring back that, you have to reinvent it. In other words, you have to have something new. People are just not into that anymore. and when I said that the drama community has fragmented itself, it's literally sliced itself down the middle, and into all sorts of little chunks. It has its own islands, and there's just so much other things going on, to try to get on a panel like you did the other day, Rick, and then start going into the fake cop thing, which you never were. Um, you've never even worked in anything or volunteered anything in civil service, government, local, uh, county, state, federal, anything, anything at all, that you could like speak to your name, and we all know this of you. So, and it's everything this guy has said he's done. People just sit back and laugh at it, because everybody knows better. And I for one would not put my reputation line for lowballers like this, as any sort of reputable anything, to go to any source of information about anyone. I don't care who they are or what it is. You know, it's just not me. Not going to happen. Sorry. So sorry. Now let's move on from them. I think I've given them enough. They've given their 15 minutes of shame. Forgot about Terry Topia out there. So Terry was in my community tab just last night, as a matter of fact. So Brett the Settlement went live. Shout out. He did share my community tab earlier. Shout out. That's a class act. Well, why would I drop the link for you? You're not going to get on it. So if someone actually would genuinely get on here and add something, then sure, why not? But right now I'm in the middle of this sort of monologue. I love it when these people say, drop the link, and they never get on. They just hide in the chat. Now, so Terry is in my community tab, and it's interesting to watch him get on there. And there's a lot of stuff on here. It's hard to pick through it. So let me actually just do this. I think I know where to find it. But he made some comments and remarks to saying, hey, don't get. I don't want to misquote this. Let me see, not that one. There it is. It's going to be under this one, I think. So Harry Balls went on a whole, satire last night, and he's saying, well, I think this is the reason that the university doesn't. The PD thing went to the city. It never did go to the city. That's a starter. And you thinking stuff is not proof of stuff. Not like that guy isn't the least bit biased, and he has gone on panels. So I'm not going to say that he's someone who just hides under sock accounts. Then again, so is Ronnie out there, who's got about 6 or 7 or 8 of these sock accounts he runs. If you see, what is it called? The hashtags are what shows up, and it's like me blue and you is one of them. That's like the SoCal blue one. He's like Jim Rockford. He is what's some of the other ones he runs? Crooked Eye Tyson. That's his main account. He's changed it about 4 or 5 times. AJM's in the house. How you doing? It'll be a shit fest. Yeah, it usually does, and I'm just not in the mood for that right now. I'm not really, like, ever. If someone actually had something new to bring to the table, then sure, why not? Let's see here. I'm just trying to go back and find some of these comments. They're in my community tab, and I always call out Terry for blocking me. He blocked me off of his channel, and he's sitting here trying to go, hey, don't get sucked in it, Well, I mean, don't get sucked in what now? So I like to highlight that, like with him. But again, my community tab has sort of become a running dialogue of a whole lot of shit. It's hard to, and it's just continuous. There it is. There's the Jim Rockford sock account. There you are. It's Ronnie, not Robbie. Ronnie, and that's one of them right there. So he does like to use sock accounts, and he hides behind them. And I'm so new at this that it couldn't possibly be him, even though he talks the same. He types the same under every single account. So, anyways, try. I'm not going to knock him, but I want this guy to come under his regular account and then give me his seal of approval to put his picture, which will be somewhat altered, on my Kimmy tab, because it's a principle thing. Yes, it is you. Hey, Wilma Dickhead Fit, who I believe that is Raging Capricorn under that account, because I remember the old Wilma Dickfit channel had a whole lot more subs than this one does. Don't you guys have a UPK server to attend to? Are you neglecting your 8 people in there? Yeah, this one's only got 43 subs. Just like there's a fake Cindy Renee account out there and other ones. So, anyways, I don't know what happened in the original Wilma Dickfit, but this person is definitely not them. So there it is. Just because I mod somebody does not mean that I am saying that is actually that person. So there is that. I mod lots of people on here, just so you can crowd sub each other, which isn't really a thing anymore because there's Mel. I don't know why she's not modded, but here, we'll fix that pretty quick. Let me fix that. So welcome. But no, we can grab each other's channels super easy now because we have hashtags in the chat. We don't really necessarily need to have a wrench to click each other because you can grab it right there. Like if you want to know who that Jim Rockford account is, you can see capital J, lowercase I-M, capital R, Ockford after that lowercase dash, lowercase V, number 8, lowercase F. And if you grab that and you put hashtag and then drop that into your YouTube search, it'll come up with that channel name directly. So there you go. So let's see here. Where are we at here? Hey, go get who is it? GD and I Could Be, the ones that hang out on Nemesis's chat. Anyways, some real, again, low grade people on YouTube that hide in the chat and then hang out in their little Discord server. So there's that. It sort of feels, that's a very good question. It sort of feels like that out here, but not really. I'm just highlighting current events that have been going on around here lately, which pretty much all know. But the kind of the big one on the radar right now is that VIP, Vegas VIP, and I see that there is a little bit of a turmoil going on between a guy known as 007, who kind of comes from the old Cyrax community, Music Biz, and them, and Vegas Valley actually even. So that's interesting. Callie used to be one of Vegas's co-hosts, but only for like a week, I think it was. And then they've kind of had back and forths all, up all this time since. So there you go. But actually, being at the Joy Priceless. So, anyways, yes, you are, Trump said. So you want to come up on the panel, Trump? Because I know you won't. This guy used 2 years ago. So did GD. And shout out to Capgun, who probably does at least, I don't know if anyone even else has tried it. I've tried it, and I fail at it miserably. The GD voice impression, which is hilarious. GD is a guy who actually used to go to other people in the drama community to go after other people for him. Isn't that interesting? Wow. Now, Steph is still around out there. I see her jumping in chats. She was on Rebels. He went live for like an hour or something last night, and I just watched a chunk of it. And he addressed her. I don't know if that was really, I'm assuming it was her in the chat because she was in Lisa B's chat just the other day. A few comments, but so she is still out there, still hovering around. Might even be watching us right now, maybe not. So yeah, I'm very interested in following Vegas Vips and seeing where that all goes. And the Again, the whole genuine Gen thing. That's a hot topic right now. Has been for some time. Jamie just started going live again, more recent. Brought us some interesting Pokemon or Brokemon cards. We should probably do one of GD. That'd be wonderful. See if we get a picture of GD. Send it my way. We'll definitely do one of them. Let's see. Abe lies on Ricky. Blah 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 blah. All that guy does is lie. He's a pathological liar. Has that guy's told a single truth to anything, and I mean anything, about himself or out here in the so-called community? I'll wait for an answer. Just like the same as like Bedtime Clown getting on Lisa B's channel and just trying to out shout the panel. Just, and of course me going over him. And I've adjusted my microphone pretty well here. I think I can usually get over guys like him. Usually, not all the time, but usually. I know he's got himself a studio mic going there. And I think he's got like an equalizer, or he's got like he does have a sound box there with it, like a mixer, and definitely has soundboard buttons on there. That's one of the most annoying things that guy used to do on panels, is he would just play these obnoxious sound bites. If what's her name, the daughter-in-law of Flying Monkey, would make all those public again, when you go back and hear him on these panels and just completely annihilating just destroying the whatever set atmosphere was of just shit talking on me for hours to no avail, and hearing these annoying ass sound bites. It's just like the Prime soundboards or what STL ones. But you see, like the STL boards are actually funny. They're not obnoxious. They're not annoying, and they've got some great clips in there. If I had the time to devote to it, I absolutely would. We have a critic in the house. Go live. Whoever's behind that Wilma Dickford account, who I think is Chip. Go live and show us what you're made of. Better yet, go back and hide in your Discord server where you came from. Shoo, away with you, B. So one of my favorite streamers is live right now. So I don't think I'm going to keep this too long. And no, Chip is not dead. He was recently on a panel earlier this year. So nice try. Yes, that's definitely Ronnie right there. That's exactly how he talks under that Jim Rockford account. I'm going to grab a screenshot of that for sure. I don't know why this guy hides. He used to get on panels, and he got mad at me because he started talking shit on me when Rick Crude came on and started his whole, well, he's a fake cop. I proved that he worked for a contract security company and all this shit. No, you didn't. No, he did not. He actually, Rick Crude is the guy who said that a private security investment in a hedge fund firm across the street from there were the security contractors that we worked for, initially saying that I never worked there to begin with. I mean, I could assure you that anyone getting free graduate level tuition, which is what I got, would not be a contractor for a place like that, because places like that hire contractors to ixnay those kind of benefits, which they had done over the course of time, and ultimately to us. What actually did happen is the city of Rockford police took over the emergency and law enforcement calls to that campus. It wasn't what idiots like Harry Ball say, that it was like handed over, or it was switched over to them because they were certified cops and none of us were. We were all fake. I mean, that's, again, got to consider the source in that one. So come back on your regular account, Ronnie, and don't be such a chicken shit. But if you do see that account, or SoCal Blue, or I have a list of them. Evil One is one of them, or this account, or the one he rarely uses anymore, Kirk Tyson. That is him. and he's got some affiliation with the unpopular kids because they all say hi to him in the chat. They all wave at him, and that's kind of they all jump in at around the same time together, and that's merely coincidental. I am for total sure, right? Yeah, there is that. So it'll be interesting to see. But that Black Rose does not go live, but she does get in chat. Even what's his name, Hebrew operator said that, yeah, wham, I saw he saw Black Rose on a channel he never thought he'd find her on. I says, well, that's no coincidence because you were once upon a time connected to that channel, and then that's how she landed there. And she wound up, and Lisa was right, actually. I thought it was VIP's channel she landed in, but no, it was not. She landed on Vegas Valley's channel, and the only thing I got a screenshot of her doing. Shout out to the iSpy team, thanks to them, of course, because I missed it. I wasn't there to catch it, but it got DM'd to me, and there she is. In the Vegas Valley chat, and that's because what's her name? Her boy toy Silly Wabbit had paid $5 to kick Mike Cerrone off the panel, $5 or $10, whatever it was, something to that effect. And then like, magically there she is appearing, replying to that. So that is definitely clout chasing 101 at its finest, and that's the only comment I saw her make. But no, she's still out there mingling. She is, and the old crowd. I haven't seen her old friend Kimball's, who occasionally appears in COVID. Rumor has it she's got a crush on him, and that must be fact, because that's how we roll in the community here. Opinions, or unsubstantiated bias claims we throw out there, confirmation bias, all that stuff. Just throw it in the mix in a big stew pot. And then you have what's actual factual, forget the pun. And yes, it is true, Blame Katie is back under another account, but she doesn't have anywhere near the subs that she did when she lost that channel of hers. Too bad, so sad. And who's to say that channel won't go down like the other ones did? Nobody. I'm sure somebody gave that channel to her. It currently has 834 subs. But again, yes, she is ban evading, and it's just comical that she lost that channel by completely somebody else, unrelated to having ticked off somebody else. That would be 007, which I think is, hey, if you don't believe in karma, you absolutely should there. I do remember when she first went live and she was going after me. It was me and it was Rebel. It was Connie, that guy. And I saw all these people making comments, some of you in the chat right now, saying, there's Abe trying to, chase clout off of Blame Katie losing her channel. But obviously, these self-proclaimed masters of drama, the lords of it all, obviously had no clue that she went live because of me. And I have those. I found her first live on my external hard drive just yesterday. I fired it up, and I do have it. I've got like her first 3 of them. And I Truthfinder that was around the time Truthfinder came around and knocked out some of them. Hey, sweet, how you doing? Welcome. That was right around the time he came into the mix, and he started going hardcore with a lot of our channels, including mine. He hit me right after he got Silver Diamond, which is fact. He gave her 2 strikes, and then he took like one of them back or both. I don't remember which. And then Abe made Blame Katie. I actually kind of did, and only in a sense of her going live, and definitely inadvertently. What she was doing is, those of you familiar with my Abe channel that was back to like 2018-ish, she was getting on my lives back in like 23, and the comments are all gone because her channel got vaporized, but she did get on my panel, I think once or twice, and she was begging for a Big Mac for me to get on her panel, and that's when she very first started going live. And I finally did get on her panel. And what she was doing on there, if anyone remembers and knows anything about that, I wasn't going to have any part of that. I said, fuck this, I'm out. And that's just the way it went. And yeah, I was out, I was done. Never went back on again. Then there was this guy that was came around the bend at the time, who's almost but not quite like a Harry Balls type character, who was notorious. Even ask COVIDs about this, for blocking my channel over and over again. He at that time there was no set time limits for timing people out. It was 5 minutes or it was nothing. And so this guy would just block me over and over and over again, anywhere he could. And as soon as she found out about that, he actually became one of her earliest moderators. The We the Feel Tyrant Wars channel went after this guy. You can go to their channel and see some of the old videos where they believe that they doxed him, although he's from Belgium, but they initially said he was from like West Germany. And in that same video, they called a tomato a vegetable, which is actually a fruit. That was hilarious. That's going back like 3 years ago now, actually. And so, yeah, she did do that. And so, yeah. And then once she realized that, she wasn't going to get anything else out of me, she shifted gears on that and was going straight at Rebel, which, of course, Cobas did the same thing, going after Rebel early on in the beginning. People like to highlight other people. It absolutely is clout chasing. It is, where I'm on here talking about just kind of everything. I've been live for almost an hour, about 45 minutes here now, and I've talked about a whole bunch of people in the community and things. And this is my commentary. And the one thing people always screw up and get wrong and mix and miss is, look, it's people that get okay. So we look at certain people in a drama community as authorities, and the actual factual fact of that one is they're not. I am not. Okay, people get on YouTube and they interject exactly what I just said. Their commentary. You're getting a lot of my opinions, which are not fact. You're getting a lot of my my gossip, which again is not fact. And for anyone to say that they're an authority in any of this stuff, sorry, I'm not that stupid. So, and there's another thing else in the chat there. I don't say put a 1 in the chat if you think that Abe is a fake cop, and put a 2 in the chat if you think that he isn't. Because you're never going to get a fair survey. Even if I put up a survey right now, here I could actually do it as we speak. Here, let me start a poll up and we'll have fun with this. But because the majority of the people I see in the chat right now are a bunch of UPKers or sock accounts thereof, watch this. Let's see. All right. So here, you're going to love this one. It's pretty simple. And I'm multitasking here. So we'll put the 4 options. I haven't done one of these in a bit, so we'll say yes, absolutely. No, because I have my laptop up here. No way. There's really no way to stream without doing that. Because there's certain features you can't access on your phone when you go live, that you can only do on a laptop or like a tablet or desktop, and so it makes it very hard. Let's see. And again, we'll say, what is... Okay, so now it's about UPK. And there, now you have a poll that you can actually vote on. And of course, there it is. You see it? So you got 4 options to pick from there. And it's pretty obvious with the majority of people that are in my chat right now how this poll is going to go. And this is a controlled experiment I'm doing here. This is called an actual controlled experiment. And we're going to see how this goes. and I'm already looking at there's only 3 votes in there, granted, 4. We've only got about 20 people in here right now, but if I leave that poll up for a while, we're going to see the results, and it's going to sway one absolute way. And to no surprise, of the 4 votes, nobody voted the top answer, the very first answer, which is yes, absolutely. So this proves beyond any shred of doubt that polls are biased. They are, you know, you're not going to get an actual real survey of what a community at large, actually believes about something when you know that there's going to be only select certain few people in a chat. For example, when the shit show when AC and I were going at it, pretty good there for the better part of 2 years or so. If he were to put up a poll in his chat with that same question, only replace UPK with Abe, what do you think the outcome of that poll is going to be? People are followers, and they're going to go wherever it's called the court of public opinion. It's the status quo, and that's why when I do polls, they're just for fun, and I admit that they're not there to. Have you ever seen me light up a committee tab and say, "Ha here's I got you. Here's the proof. Got this one in the bag, buddy." Oh, we just got a yes, absolutely in there. How you doing, TOS? Shout out. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you too. That reminds me, this time of year we got to do a few shout outs to growing up, and I hope at least people had somewhat of. Is there any such thing as normal or a fully functional family? There is none. You're never going to find a Leave It to Beaver family out there, Family Ties, or any of those shows. Family Matters. What's some of the other ones? Step by Step was popular back then. Those old 80s and 90s sitcoms. Family Values shit. Even the Cosby Show, for crying out loud. Any of that shit. Any of that. That's why the show Married with Children was such a big hit back then, because it was the first sitcom of America's most resented family. It took off. Man, it took off. And I enjoyed the show in its early seasons, but as the show just kind of aged, just like the show Roseanne, it started to get into more like drama. It started to shift into that more than like straight comedy, and I think that's kind of the downfall of a lot of those kind of shows. Is you bring in you reel a certain audience. It's like I talked about. You take an old dive bar and you remodel the whole thing and gut it out, and then you think this is going to work great. Finally, revamp this thing after last 30 years or whatever, 40 years, and that's just gonna make all the difference in our business and our atmosphere we set here for our customers. And the actual truth of that is, it doesn't. You kill it, it dies, it almost never works out, and you're going to lose that loyal crowd base. And okay, fine, I see you, Truth Finder in the chat. Look at the 16 votes right in there, and well, I mean, the majority are saying, what is UPK? Okay, that's kind of hard to believe. Who is this channel? What is it? This 19? It's what the hell is this channel? Let me click it. Just a minute here. Go to channel. Clicking, because the 1984 hashtag channel. I've seen this account around. It has 6 subs. Now you got 7 because I just subbed to it. It's got a channel avatar of a street, like an intersection of Interstate 205, 213. And then it says Missed Call 1984. I don't know who you are, but I've seen you around in many other channels. And now I can say I got you in this one. Are you UPK? Let's see here. No, it's not that I don't believe on polls. It's that polls are very biased, and you don't really get true results out of them. I would probably, I would take a poll if there was, and that's the problem. You get into it. You're never going to find a neutral. Mark those 8 bingo cards again. Prime stomping grounds. Oh, thank you. 83rd and 64th. Okay. Gotcha. But if I did a poll in my community tab, it's probable that's going to have the same similar type of results as this. I've had some interesting results out of those. Don't get me wrong, but doing a live chat poll when you're on a channel of people that are just hate bonding on somebody else for better for worse, whatever, right or wrong. I'm not into hate bonding per se. I don't do it myself. You guys have never seen me change who I am on any other panels and channels. What you see is what you get, and that's never going to change. But these polls are extremely biased. People will rotate multiple accounts out so they can vote multiple times, like Chicago does in real life world. Vote early, vote often, vote twice. So I don't rely on these chat polls. They're just there for fun. It's been for entertainment. So we got 19 votes on that one, more than I was expecting to get. And there is that. Okay. Let's see. Truthy wanted. I used to get hell for letting this guy on my panel, and a lot of people actually they say, listen, this guy was very ineffective when he was actually striking a lot of our channels. And yeah, he was. But let's pin that. Okay, there we go. So anyway, I pretty much talked about everything I wanted to talk about here today. I'm kind of hoping I got to go to bed super early tonight, though. Hang on a second, because I got to get up really early in the morning. And we'll put that up for a second. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be you. Yep, that's going to be you. And what's up?
Yo,
what's going on?
up?
You're on the air.
Long time. Didn't go
No,
live.
It's been 1 week. It's been 1 week since you looked at me, right?
Yeah.
So, anyways, bare naked ladies.
The polls are never accurate. They're always lies because, if you was a big channel with 1 million subscribers, the polls might be legit. But for a small channel like us,
yeah,
it would possibly be fake. Like, people use different accounts on that and rank up their polls, because I remember the time, when co-host Krog done a poll between me and another guy, and he was like, who do you like more, Truthfinder or the other guy? I had so many fake accounts. Then I just went onto my fake account and started saying Truthfinder, bang, 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 bang. I faked it, and I'm sure other people faked it as well. It went up to 90%, and then
naughty, bad boy.
The other guy got upset that that everyone was going with me. It was quite funny.
Yeah, no, and that's why I say I seldom do them anymore. I know I get it. It's kind of a fun, quasi-fun way to interact with your audience, rather than having them on a panel. ... But at the end of the day, they're just everybody knows that polls are not going to be accurate on any of our channels, and it's just the way it is. There is a lot of hate bonding out here, and I mean, there are people that genuinely had it coming. I'm not going to this genuinely Jen character who emerged and is just like the hot topic right now. Have you been following anything with her or no?
I heard about AC gave me some like paperwork of apparently that she's being accused of being a predator and that.
Yeah, and all that stuff. And
did she go caught for it yet, or is she gonna get tried, or if anything's gonna happen to her? Do you know? I don't know about that situation.
I kind of doubt it. A lot of this is old stuff from old videos that have surfaced off of. I think from her old social media stuff. So
do you believe
sick as
it?
fuck.
What do you say about the situation?
Well, it's interesting how she came about to be put in the spotlight like this, and I see her. So she comes around the bend, like I said, kind of on the shit show side of things, off of this guy Frank, right?
Yeah.
So, and all of a sudden, boom, bam, she's in the spotlight, and I saw her do something that I've never done, and somebody out here could correct me on that. Call me out if you want, but she started to do like what Black Rose and them were doing with me a couple of years ago, and trying to going and finding these people's arch enemies, and then going and running off to them, looking for protection. And that traders had been doing the same thing, right? From that other side of YouTube. But
That's Katie. I don't know about traitors. I don't really watch her, but that does describe Katie.
Well, Katie did that. I mean, hey, she even was part of that the shit show kind of crew. Now, not all of it was not unanimous. There was a lot of them. There was some of them that were anti, or they were not pro Katie, and to this day, even back then. But facts of fact, there were people on there that were kind of safeguarding her with me, and she lied and said that she did the same thing that Dragon Classy did, who runs around. She kind of like runs with what's that guy? Who's that guy from the Boyd side? Fuck. Greiger, that guy. So you see her, yeah, she gets on that guy's panels, and maybe that's her.
Ernie Shells.
I haven't seen her on that one, but that's Diamond's Classy. But maybe that's her YouTube crush. What were you gonna say?
I used to remember when Katie, when she never had a YouTube channel, she used to channel hop, right? So she would come to my channel, or come to other people's channel. She came to my channel to thinking she could troll me, but I never let her on the panel, and it was quite funny. And then Katie made her own live stream, and then she got me back and she said, "You can't jump on my panel. I remember the time when you did let me on your channel." And then she was like, "Now you know how it feels. Now you know how it feels not to be allowed on panel."
I remember you striking her a lot. I have. And I haven't found it yet, but I have got your very first live stream where you brought all of the shit show people on your channel. And there was probably, God, I don't know, 7 or 8 people up there with you, arguing with you.
Rebel was on the panel as well.
That's correct. Yes, he was. He has absolutely was. And I have that downloaded, and I just have to find it.
I was thinking Rebel was one of yours at the time, and that it looked so normal, and that when he came on the panel.
I've been live for almost an hour. I have mentioned Rebel, but only in that he likes to show up. He likes to show that green pic of me that I put up, and hey, I am flattered, buddy. Keep doing it. But then he goes and privates this shit, so you can't go back and rewatch it later. So that's kind of sucks. And I clipped him once or twice, but I'm not. This isn't a Rebel hate bond channel. I seldom even mention his name, and so he's got me blocked off his channel like Terry does. And it's like, who's trying to gatekeep who? You're not blocked on my channel. He's not blocked on my channel. What's going on, Six Bang? So at that time though, everybody was starting to hate bond with you. And that was ahead of the strike stuff that you were doing. And, you put the community, and I'm not trying to butter you up, but I'm just simply telling it like it is. You had basically put the community to standstill, and nobody was going live for months because of you, and because you're copyright striking everybody, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, and then later on, of course, we had the era of Bird, and I could see he would go live. He would, the thing about Bird was the writing was on the wall with him. You could see where he would go live on at the same times of the shit show or Brett, and it was like a way to compete like with them. And then he would get on like the shit show, just in brief. He wasn't on there a whole heck of a lot, right? He would get on there, and then he would get on there to spin his own narrative about whoever he's going at, and then it's almost like he was using that channel as an anchor to lure people to his channel. And it's just a theory, but I remember all of this stuff going down.
What
and it was what
he never disappeared like that ever. I don't know what happened to him.
No, and he lost the one channel. We confirmed that he lost that channel. It was terminated. And then the other channel is unknown. I don't know if the channel was lost or if he hit it. What is going on? But yeah, he is not active on panels. Have you seen him anywhere? I haven't.
No, he's not about. I think he's just moved on with life or something. Maybe.
I really don't know. And I don't really care, but people were all trying to say, "Oh, here's Abe trying to make a name for himself because Bird's going after these guys." And that's not true. That is not true. He started his shit with me when he was still their friends and before he turned on them. And my whole, again, I can't. How many times I say my whole argument with him, much the same as it like kind of similarly was with Joey Waffle. Was I don't know whatever it is you have going on with them. I am not here to cast judgment on you. I'm not here to say you're right or you're wrong. Okay, I simply said the way you are going about this is fucked up. It's wrong. And you've decided to take the approach and basically dub all these people as predators and shit like that, which he had initially done to me, outright calling me a PDF.
I could imagine Bird with 2 million subs.
Well,
imagine that. Imagine he had something like that, and imagine all the lies that he puts out there with 2 million subs.
He'll not. That would
There'll
be
a lot of people that believe him. There'll be a lot of people that believe him because he got 2 million subs.
And even channels that are like that many subs, there's a lot of those channels that became that many subs because, yeah, in a sense, you're right, because they are gossiping about other channels, maybe bigger than them. Somehow they land on one of these bigger shows, Laura De Laguna, having done that herself.
I know, she's not a big channel. She only got like 10,000 subs. It's not a big channel.
Well, from our vantage point, she is. And does she even go live anymore?
She doesn't go live.
No, I didn't think so. So, and
but the thing is, her subs are not genuine. They're off clout chasing and her going on some show. I forgot the show's name. What's that show's name? Where there's women. Oh,
the White Boy Radio one.
Yeah, she clout chased off them.
Yeah,
that's what she did, and clout chasing views. You don't really get dedicated viewers. They're just clout chaser views or subs of it. Like subs that these subs don't get much views. That's why Katie don't go live no more. I mean, sorry. That's why Lauren don't go live no more.
I didn't know. Okay.
I think the channel is dying. That's why.
Oh, and if you don't go live for a long time, that's pretty much just going to happen to you. But you can rebound it. Sure, you can. And no, I don't. The comment that Trump says that you're the reason that she doesn't go live anymore. Huckleberry, which I haven't even name dropped her one time in this entire stream, but I did just now because you mentioned her. Let me highlight that comment there. Do you believe that's true?
True Finder, the reason Huckleberry is no longer live, I don't think that's true. I don't know why she don't go live. I never asked her.
She doesn't go live because. Oh, go ahead.
It's not her business. I mean, it's not my business to know why, but she's just enjoying life right now with her animals and family.
Well, the thing of it is she stopped going live, or at least going live and going at people. Is the way I read it is because she went after 007 and threatened to go after him and his family or whatever. So then he wasn't having a part of that. That's what I recollect. She made threats at him, and he just, I bet, obviously that guy was not messing around. So I think that's got more to do with anything else. Let's see here. I mean, hey, questions in the chat. If you've got them, drop them. Let's have it out. So, Truthfinder, you were gone for a long time, came back in the mix, and I've asked this of a lot of people. And what is your take on the state of the drama union today? I've said it's very fragmented.
I think it collapsed. I don't know. It's not like how it used to be. It's different now for some reason.
Do you think it's better or worse, or somewhere in the middle?
I think it's going worse. I don't know. Me personally, I think it's going worse.
Do you think it's because of the new characters that they reeled into it, or what's your thought?
Maybe the new characters, yeah. I don't know. It's different. It's different. It's not like before.
It's way, way different. It is, man. And I would actually I would absolutely second that. You got my seal of approval on that. And
the many people that talk about, I have no idea who they're talking about. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah, and a lot of these true crime, these crama, like true crime drama gals that come in, can I just say they're just uninteresting. They're boring.
Do you know a man called David Wood?
I've heard of him.
Did you hear his admission video?
Did not.
Is him? He's a big YouTuber, very known guy. He admitted having relations with a 13 and a 15-year-old. That video.
Yeah, I know. I really don't want to get into that, but yeah, that has gone around, and
yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. There are people out there that will say things. For example, and I really this topic, it's just cringy. Is that a word? Cringy? But
yeah, that's the word.
This whole topic of that, what you just talked about. So sometimes people will say things off the cuff, and I'm not making any excuse for that guy whatsoever. I don't even know him, other than heard about him. Don't follow his channel. Don't sub. Never been on it. Never been there. Obviously, at this point, never going to be. So Vegas Vips, and I know you know him. He was asked a question that would you host somebody who's a convicted PDF file on your panel? I think I don't know who asked him that question. Whoever did, doesn't matter. For if you were offered $2,000, granted, that's a lot of money just for being on the internet. And supposedly, I guess 111 wired $1,000 to Vegas Valley the other day. I missed it, but I guess one up for him, right? He's gonna have himself a nice dinner for a while. But Vip said yes, he would, and then later he kind of stepped that back after people went at him, and he's kind of like, now looking back, kind of in that I don't think I.
What's the reason he would have them on?
It was a kind of a loaded question. It was asked of him to see if he would actually. But I think the idea behind that question is you're so desperate with your channel right now, you would literally host anyone on here. And so they were saying if you were...
It's an example like Katie, because if you're gonna host a PDF,
Mhm.
what this guy's trying to do is get clout and views, just like Katie. She
Right.
wants Cyrex on the panel, and she's
Mhm.
aiming for that. So she's gonna get some Cyrex content
Hang on
soon.
a second. Well,
For the
yeah.
views.
So and that's so he they've got him clips saying that, and then he kind of walked. Well, let's get some insight, some input on our
The porn
newest guest.
blocker up. Why do you have the
I
porn
didn't know who
blocker
you.
up?
I didn't know. I didn't.
Whatever,
Well, you could be
whatever.
trying.
So Vippy was told about Matt Ross,
Yeah.
right? Like at first he met Matt Ross, he didn't know about him. Then he was told about Matt Ross specifically by like 4 different people, even people who
Yeah.
reached out into his email. And then he decided to continue to audit with the Matt Ross guy because he thought it would give him donos, clout. You know, he was trying to ride the wave because everybody was getting so upset that he was auditing with this guy.
Damn. Okay. So yeah, I you're right. I remember that. So was that question asked up? Was that asked after that was found out?
So he's trying to latch on to the whole AC thing because we know
Right.
that AC found out about News Now Houston later because we were
Right.
all here in the community when the News Now Houston shit got busted. So we all have a chronological order of how that went down. Nobody is sitting there debating that except for JoJo, who wants to sit there and make up a narrative. However, Vippy, on the other hand, I had to go to a couple different people to get the real article on that. And it turns out that, yes, he did in fact know. He was very well aware. And he kept doing it because Guadalupe had told him, like, hey, this guy's a pedophile. And he was just like, oh, okay, well, I'm still going to do it anyway because fuck you. Right. And he was trying to make donos off of it, essentially.
And this went on for the longest time. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
But
all right.
I'm actually going to go live about him here fairly soon.
Well, why don't you
so-
set your live? You're gonna go live like tonight?
How about you fucking suck my dick, Abe?
Well, no, hold on. Make your okay. That was the Golden Boy report. So I was gonna actually ask him if he wanted to set his live up, and I could send my audience his way when I'm done. All right. So, anyways, thank you for coming up and clarifying that with us. Any thoughts on that, Truthfire?
Yeah, I mean, he summed it up correctly. It's all about the clout. That's why they would have these pedos on the panel on that.
Yeah, and I'm good. I do concur with that. Because I at that time found out about the Dave Earl Warden News Now Houston shit right around that same time. Because his records were old. They had to be found through like paper archives and shit like that. It wasn't something that you just punched freely on a computer and it came right up. And if you remember,
me personally, I wouldn't have a problem with someone saying the truth. Like, yes, I will have a PDF file on my panel because I just want the clout and I don't give a fuck. I want the money and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna have them on my panel so I can make some money.
Well, I know what you just said.
At least I'm admitting the truth. At least he's admitting the truth. I wouldn't have a problem with him admitting the truth. But Katie doesn't admit the truth. She never will. She wants the money and the clout.
You're right in that topic, dude. Right where I want to be at with you on this debate, discussion, whatever the fuck we're talking about here. So, if you were Katie today, and knowing that you spent countless hours, days, months, weeks, and years building up that channel of hers, which no longer is, up to 6,400 something subs. Now, I think the shit show's crossed the 4K mark, hasn't it? But
yeah,
it's very rare that anybody that's out here would ever get that kind of. I'm not saying it's impossible because it is possible. That guy, Golden Boy.
She was blowing up. She was blowing up. I'll give her that. She was blowing up. Because she was going to get bigger and bigger.
She was.
And the only way to do it is to get Cyrex back. But she will get backlash with it as well.
She will. And she's innovating now. So do you think those guys are just leaving her alone because they want her content now? They are not nuking her channels now. Her channel she's got about 600 something subs on that thing. right?
They want to fuck with her, so they want to. That's what's gonna happen. I know for a fact this level of trolling is just gonna grow bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until they think Katie is a lolcat, and then they're gonna start treating her like Groovy Jimmy, and then they're gonna start getting worse and worse and worse until
Yeah.
she complains on the internet she's being doxxed and everything. I mean, it's gonna happen by the whole community, and everyone's just gonna do it. They're gonna call her. That's what they're planning to do, and I'm sure she's probably getting it right now. She's ignoring it because she's been told by PG, ignore it is the best option. But I know these trolls, they're not gonna stop because they have thousands, and there's a lot of people that's gonna be doing it. And you heard about the 50 pizzas, right? 50 donuts.
Yeah.
And Katie, she's probably getting that as well. She thinks look, we all know she doesn't like it, right? She really admitted it. Because she admitted it won't stop because you admitted it. Someone had to tell you, yeah, don't give them attention because they know they'll do it more. But the thing is, people already know this affects you. Even though you don't mention that, it will affect you. That's what matters for them. And they'll continue doing it because it affects you. And they all know, everyone knows, if you don't talk about it, everybody would know. It's because you've been told not to talk about it. So there's that.
There is that. Okay, I gotta correct myself here. First of all, she's at 834 subs currently at this very hour, minute, second, nanosecond. This is a channel that was created on April 26th of 2020, 6 years ago. I think somebody gave her that channel, or it was an extra channel that she had hidden somewhere, but it's still up. And she lost that backup channel of hers that had over like 14 or 1,500 subs. I was going to reference the Golden Boys channel, the former Tonic Sales channel. Guy was just up here. I have gone around lots of channels, and I'm going to prove something to you guys, everybody right now, off of what we're talking about here. Gaining subs, picking up traction. So this dude makes a video short he's at a heavy metal. He's at a rock concert, and he does a video short on just that. Nothing to do with any of this. And do you have any views that guy got on that video?
Sorry,
as much as a pop. What?
No, I said who?
The Tonics channel, his current channel, the Golden Boy Report channel. That he got as many views on that one single video short as basically the population of my second hometown. I'll go find it here actually. So that's living proof that I did some off the cuff videos that I just had on my phone from over a year ago with freaking fire alarms going off.
Or was it with Shelly? Was it with Shelly? Was it the Shelly video? Was it the Shelly video? Because Tonic uploaded a video about Shelly saying the N-word. And then there was a lot of people commenting and saying, this racist bitch.
No. Not that one. She's got a funny video with him and AC on her channel, which I'll put in my tab later. I've done that before. It's just funny how she did it. But I'm going to find his video now. But I'm trying to use that as an example to show that really the content that we do out here, it's a small audience. Even if I had 100 people in here right now, it's still small potatoes.
Oh yeah, here's I was going to say something about Jen. It applies with Katie as well. When Jen was on Vegas Valley's channel, they were talking about she was crying on that, right? And Laura was like, I don't know that bitch, I hate it already, but Laura was saying, oh yeah, it's because you're giving these trolls attention, you're speaking about it, you're telling them it affects you. All you have to do is just ignore them and they will leave you alone. But you keep giving them attention. And then, she's giving advice while the trolls are listening. Mm-hmm. She's giving advice while the trolls are listening. You think that's going to stop them from fucking with her? Because the only reason she was shut up about it or not talk about it is because she's been told. But it really affects her. So it's not going to stop no one from trolling her. because they know it affects you. So there's that, and they know you'll be watching. You might not talk about it, but it will affect you. So
yeah,
it stays with you. It's when someone says it
it's
to
okay.
ignore them, it happens more.
Right. Now back on, so it's a video that he did on his channel called Metal Cat, and it has 136,000 something views. Now, and he did a food video which had 1.3K views. On my channel, I did similar things with not quite as large outcome, but I did some random fire alarm videos going off just to see what would happen. And you know something? One of those videos is it's like 18 or it's like 1,900 views. I ran it. I get it that the algorithm is a little different for the video shorts because they're competing with TikTok and shit like that. Just like the community tab is there to compete with Reddit at the time. But I'm just saying that that's kind of proof that the content that we do out here, it just doesn't. It caters to a smaller crowd. It's never going to be anything where you're going to hit it big and you're become the next social media heavyweight star. It's not going to happen. What were you going to say?
Yeah, but the shorts get a lot of views.
Well, they do, but they don't. I mean, I've seen some new people land on my channel that I have no clue who they are, and they're from totally different places, and they're not like just stock accounts.
Did they talk to you? Like chat?
They'll get in here and say hello, and then they'll get confused as all hell. And where the fuck am I? What is this about? What's going on here? I'm lost, and then they'll disappear. But they're still subbed. They're still there. It just kind of proves my point.
Well, if you want engaging, what's that called, viewers, you're gonna have to change up your topic about other subjects.
Well, that's true, but I have no desire to do that right now. I'm just busy working.
I mean, if you want to talk about the next election, like Donald Trump, who's going to be next president, who's running for the next election. I mean, I don't know who is running for the next election.
We don't know yet.
Oh, well, when does that get announced normally?
Well, there won't be another election now for when is the next election? 27 or something?
28 or 27, yeah.
Yeah, so it's only a couple of years out before we know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's prime.
Do you think Trump will change the law to third term?
Change a lot of what?
Change the law to the third term, because that's what he said he wants to do. Well, his party said that they want to change it to having 3 terms each.
Oh, well, I don't think people want that. I think people get complacent when you get in those kind of government offices, even at like the mayor of a town. Rockford, where I'm from, had a mayor like 4 terms, and that guy just crashed and burned like halfway through it, and somehow he got elected again, and then he had a big following, right? So, hang on a second here. What's up, Trump?
What's up?
Prime? Yes.
Whether you like it or not, a lot of people support. Hold on, sorry. I just had a Klondike bar. A lot of people support the idea of Trump abolishing the whole 2 terms thing only, you know. And a lot of people are down with it. They want Trump to be the president forever, and you know what? I'm down with it as well. Trump 20.
What's happening, Jose?
Trump 2026, Trump 2027, 8, 9, 30, 31, 2,
Tell that
3,
damn Canadian retard worry about his president up there. Don't be worrying about president.
Shut the hell up, hillbilly man. Where do you even come from?
I think that would be horrendous to have.
Don't be worrying about our damn president, Abe.
What's your real name? Jebediah? Why are you talking from a Windows 98 microphone? Fuck out of here.
I can't hear you, cuzzo.
Yeah, great. Anyway, Abe, are you here?
I'm here.
Listen, I just wanted to say, like, I just want to
dummy,
have
you there?
I just want to
allow.
I just want to have
dummy, you answer.
Can you kick this guy, please, so I can speak?
When I say dummy, you answer now, okay?
Look,
there?
I just wanted to speak from the heart for like a second. And
okay,
I
go
better stay
ahead.
on
You can't stop a man from speaking from the heart.
here's a shut up.
Go ahead.
Shut up,
you
Rev.
gonna get that? You gonna get
Shut up,
loud
Rev.
now? Then I ain't gonna
Shut
let you
up.
speak from the heart. Then
Rev, shut up. Anyway, so I just
speak
want to
from
speak.
your asshole mouth.
I want to hear what he has to say. Hold on, I want to hear what he's got to say.
Can you kick this guy? He's just going to keep interrupting me like you do.
Let him go. Let him talk.
Right.
Come on.
I just want to speak genuinely.
I'll let the little
second.
sissy talk.
Okay.
Never mind. I give up. Fuck you.
I want to hear it. I'll hold on. Go ahead.
I just want to speak genuinely for a second. Look, I know that for the past 2-3 years, I've been messing with you, and I've been saying the same things over and over again, and it's been all about fake cop, and you're a fake cop this, and you repeat yourself that, and all. And I know that's what we've been all about this year. But since it is December and it's almost Christmas, I genuinely hate for a quick second before I go back to hating you, to say I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New 6 Bayberry Drive shirt.
Okay, I knew that was coming. All right. Anyways, in part, I'll say okay, Prime. Thank you. All right, where were we at?
Did he get finished?
I kicked him because he started to throw out Connie's address again.
Oh yeah.
Which everybody already knows. It's not like changing anything, but come on, dude. Really? I don't. He'll try to strike it. See. Anyway. All right. So I guess thanks for being decent in part. If that was, never mind. Let's get back to where we were at.
Damn, where but you at? You were a little late, bro.
I'm not late. Oh, okay. I was late getting live, but I was eating my lunch, and I was actually out getting coffee and came back. Yes, I was off of work today. It's great. Then tomorrow I got a meeting at 5 a.m. So, yay! Yeah, that sucks.
Damn, I usually eat lunch about 11, 12.
Oh, really? Well, no. See, I was.
You can eat it whenever.
Yeah, I usually
might be on different time zone than me.
What time zone are you? Eastern?
Eastern, yeah.
So am I.
6 o'clock right now.
Yep. 6:06. Not 6:66.
That's right.
Anyway, yeah. So, Lisa's going to be going live tonight. Actually, here in the next 5 minutes. What's that?
Who's going live?
Lisa's going to be going live.
Oh, Granny?
Yep, that's who. And, she had a great panel going a couple days ago. And guess who comes in there to just rain on everybody's parade, completely just vaporize that entire panel? Take a guess.
Oh, I know. I was there. Old Black Road.
No! Good guess, though. She's just kind of like a dried up, stale prune. I can't with her. No, it was Rick. It was her other boyfriend, Rick Rude.
Oh, Rick. Yeah, Rick. He was like, oh boy, he had something he had to say. He couldn't talk unless Granny.
Well, right now,
Never cared.
Well, right now there's this inner circle of there's a group there. It's Bedtime Clown. It's Black Rose, Rick Rude, Midwest Mom, who is Flying Monkey's daughter-in-law. There's 4 of them there. I'm missing at least one of them, I think. Catch later, Truth.
Monkey's daughter-in-law?
Yeah, that's Midwest Mom of 2.
Oh, really?
And she'll never unmute that mic. All she does is re-upload video clips, and her channel's pretty not known. She says she's got a channel with over 4K subs. That is yet to be seen. And it's just, it's just the same. What they're trying to do is they're trying to bring back the whole fake cop, Abe troll bullshit from 2022. Rada even tried it, and it just failed miserably. I wonder why that guy won't go live anymore. They were talking a little bit about him on the Brett Settlements channel last night, but only for like a minute or two, and that was pretty hilarious. But it just, I think people look. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about this old bullshit and regurgitating it, and like bringing this dead dog back to life. They just nobody's into it. And you can see the sub watch hours just the count drop when those guys get on there and do that. Even Lisa B's, it's just old. I mean, who wants to sit there and talk about Abe was a fake cop, lives in his mom's basement, has no job when for the next year, and those people don't even know where that shit started.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, it just nobody is into it. It's not.
I can't hardly hear you, man. I can't. Something fucked up with my damn my speaker, my microphone, or something.
Irada is a crumb bum, and he's not even remotely funny. At least when we had Golden Boy on here, when he was bringing me up on his panel doing that, it was at least it was funny, and we could make a whole dialogue, a whole show out of it, and keep it flowing for the audience. Rada just repeats the same. He just gets on a panel, completely derails the whole goddamn thing. Pardon my French. And then he just keeps and he repeats. He reads stuff out of the chat that he specifically knows are snide comments said about me. He pulled a cheap shot on me on Pauly Crispies, if you remember, a couple of years ago, where the stock account is calling me a PDF file, saying I did these horrible things to a kid, and he repeats that, and then he sits there drilling me with that question. Hold on, and then he later apologized for that, but that was a cheap, low shot, and he's got a history of doing stuff like that.
Hey, I can't hear what you're saying, bro.
That's fine. Thanks for coming up, man. I'm going to end this thing here in just a minute. I want to thank those who came up, those who tolerated me. Hope you enjoyed the show somewhat. I better close that poll. Let me read that poll off to you. 28 votes, more than I thought. Does UPK suck? 3 question marks. A survey says 18% said yes, absolutely. 36% said no way, Jose. 7% said undecided. And the survey says 39% said, what is UPK? So I'll end that poll so it goes in the chat replay. One of the things, hey, Becca, how you doing? Welcome. You're a little late. Where's your hall pass? But better late than never. So one of the things I wish people would do when you schedule live, get rid of that flipping, stupid heart emoji in the bottom right corner of the screen. It cuts it's hard for people on mobile devices to type with that on there. It's hard to see the comments that are down there at the bottom of the screen, and it's super fucking annoying. And there is an option if you go into your studio to shut that thing off. It's called live reactions. Get rid of the goddamn thing is all I can say. Sorry, God. Hit you with lightning again. Bam. Anyways, look, guys. I just, I like to get on here and have fun. And this is my commentary. Just because people go live and if someone's offering some fact of say, this is what happened on this live stream, or this person did this. And there's clips out there, especially if I know they're out there, that's all good and well. But, if I get on here and pull a bedtime clown, for example, and say, oh, here's a screenshot of Abe admitting to this. Wrong again. Everybody's smart enough to know better. It's just one of the cheapest trolls. And I would literally put him in the same category as Rada for having done that. And keep him coming. That's all I got to say. Keep him coming. Trump, you are a military veteran, right? Retired of you were an NCO rank, correct? I'll even call you sir for that. Why on God's earth? Why would you ask, or why would you root for someone who you know is not, someone who did not? Why would you do that? And I've always wondered that about you. And you know who that person is. They enlisted, they signed up, but the facts are facts. They never actually went in. And that is perfectly fine to say that, but to say that they are a full veteran with full benefits and all that stuff is just not so. That person showed a Vic card. I know you know what that is, and that just simply shows that you have a discharge document. Doesn't mean that you were honorable or less than honorable or just general classification or dishonorable or any of that. And I know the shot that he would throw at me is, well, the VA decides who's veteran, or that state, the National Guard, or whatever. But the facts of facts, if you never went in, and you're running around here saying that you're a fully honorably discharged veteran, and you've been through the reamer, right? You've done it all, and what the Army they call it BCT, basic combat training, and had never set foot in there. And a guy like you who has been through all of that and so much more is going to vouch for that person. I never understood. I never will. But you do you, dude. Whatever makes you happy. But you can kind of see why people brought that into question. Kind of, sort of. So there is that. That's my question. That's the only question I had for you. And you're not going to answer it, or you're going to come back with some kind of a cheap shot directed at me, as you always do. And that's all. And I don't hate you. You can be funny. It's just like Joey Waffles. That I've complimented that guy. The guy is pretty damn good at DJing, and it shows. But he's just so emotional. And I agreed with. He got mad at me because Wild German Dude, aka Lady, got into a chat we were both in, not that like a month or so ago, and I was agreeing with her that he is a pick-me gal. In other words, he's always out there, wants to get in the middle of the drama, and that's fine. Do it. Go for it. I couldn't say that different for him versus anybody else, but in that token, get up on the panel with those people, take them on, and do your thing. And the funny thing is, I shared Kane's channel with him. And she was like, no way, Jose. Not going to happen. Thank you, but no thank you. And then the very next day, when Kane went live, guess who's in the chat? You guessed it, him. So there you go. You're contradicting your own terms. So, if you're in the drama and you're knee deep in this shit, don't act like that you're not, because you are. And that was my whole argument with that guy. And he didn't like German Dude going at him. And I am no fan of German Dude. Never have been, never will be. But I'm just simply saying that German Dude calling him out on that, I can't argue. I can't disagree with that. And that's it. So then he got all ticked off and is like, don't ever come back to my channel again, and blah, 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 and kicked me out of the server. I mean, God, what a pompous ass, right? And have I ever sat here and said, I am not involved in any of this shit? No, what I've said is, I'm not involved in any of their shit. I have my own shit going on with so-and-so and somebody else. And then you have people like Bedtime Clown and Black Roses and Evil Terrys and Rick Crudes, and who the fuck ever of these. The cowbells are ringing, guys. Pastures are full. Moo, right? Or the hillbilly man, right? That village idiot, who I proved in a video doxed himself. When people like Harry Balls were kicking me out of all kinds of servers, he kicked me out of that guy kicked me out of the Masshole server that she's got now and had blocked me off of her channel. And then I put up the video and I proved that. And I say, here you go. Read him and wait. And I know he saw that video. He actually made a comment on it. There you go. That's proof. He saw the video. So the only thing he said was, that guy's not talking about you anymore. Sure he is. Of course he is. That's all he has to go with. These are people, you do this too, ER, and you admitted it with Pinkbo Birdo to get your channel up to 500 subs. You used Birdo, and that was one thing that I actually agreed, the only thing that I can ever recall agreeing with that flying monkey, listening Midwest Mom on, was that. And then you owned up to it. You admitted it. And you're not the only one. You're not the only one. If I'd be a hypocrite to say Hebrew Operator didn't do it. Tonic had Pinkbo hosted Birdo. COVIDs was probably if not the biggest channel at the time that was getting Birdo on there. Lots of people did. And where did Birdo go? They're gone. I don't see them around. I saw a sock account of them, which somebody else was obviously running, in a chat the other day, but that wasn't them. XL1 has said he knows where Birdo is and actually gave them their current channel. Could be, but I don't see them around. So wherever they are, they're not anymore. So people use other people to chase clout. Abso-freaking-lutely. Me, on the other hand, at least how I view my channel, is I just kick it. I do some commentary. I talk about some of the drama, historical or current events. And then I just host a show. And I virtually let anyone get on here and speak their piece. I don't drop them. I don't mute them. I don't kick them. I let them say what they want. So there it is. There it is. Okay, so here's ERR's comeback, and look at how emotional dude, you're spurting out. It's like Bedtime Clown getting on the panel and just screaming at the top of his lungs, lawyer, 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 lawyer. Okay, that is so 2022 of you-ish, dude. Just same thing with Dutchie. God damn it, when I was in Kane, and she's just sitting there running her mouth off. The same stupid, all about Abe, go eat crayons, take your crayons and shove it. Melt them all together, mix them and make them one color and enjoy yourself. But it's just like, wow. So no, you used Birdo and that got you to get your channel up to 500 subs. But my point, and you missed my point, is that if I call you out for having done that, which you did, don't get me wrong, others did the same thing. And it is what it is. Birdo was a hot ticket item. Sam Hills had him on his panel. A lot of the Boyd side. Just about virtually anywhere Birdo went. Music Biz Marty. Wasn't it Hebrew that got Birdo onto that platform? His Rumble account when they went live for 4 hours. When he was still among us, and Birdo was going at him for 4 hours. And it was just to do. I didn't see the whole thing because my eardrums couldn't, withstand it. But I watched about 15 to 20 minutes or so of that. But it's like, holy fucking cow. If this isn't the biggest troll on earth, I don't know what is. Do you? Anyways, so, you confronted Birdo after, as part of having him on there, knowing, or he, she, it, because you knew that would draw people to your channel and it would grow you subs. That's why you did it. And then later you started to you followed the same protocol as Hebrew, as all these other channels, and you would drop them and then you would say whatever, and then you would bring him back up. The only times I dropped Berto when I had them on my panel or kicked him off, really just dropped them, was I kept saying, would you let someone else speak? And he just wouldn't do it. And I says, okay, I'm throwing you backstage, and then let them talk. I wasn't taking shots at Berto while I had them backstage. I was saying, just put a cork in it for a minute and let someone else say something. And then I'll bring you back up and you can redirect. You can take them on. I don't care. So Berto's only been on my channel maybe a half a dozen times at best. But there's a lot of speculation that that's somebody was using a voice disguiser who's well known in the community. And that could be true. At this point, unless we get Berto back on here again and maybe ask some of those hardball questions, we may never know. Oh shit! I was going to see some. But no, Lisa V had a great panel going. She's live right now, and Rick Crude gets on there and just annihilated it. Willie, who had not been around in forever, got on, and he just gave up. He's like, I'm out. I can't do this. That GR8 was on there, and the things he was saying is volatile things. Shame on Black Rose for sharing a video clip where she's trying to go at Lady Diana, 49 2.0, trying to get at her in some stupid troll attempt, or to prove what, I don't know. It was a tit for tat. Duh. Did anybody challenge that? I don't think so. And nobody cared. Her and BTC didn't even know the context of how that even started or what was even about. Clarified that one up pretty quick. They didn't even realize that Rick had made a phone call or two. I think it was a phone call, and what it was about. That's hilarious. That's called not that. If that is not doing your homework, then I give up. I don't know what the fuck is. Are you serious? For real? For real. So it just, God, and I was trying to say, nobody fucking cares. Move on. You played this clip 18 zillion times in a row. Nobody in the chat is even talking about it because they don't give a rip. They don't care. Okay. That's all I have to say. Again, it was a pretty simple show. I like it. I am all about the KISS method. Don't get me wrong. Keep it simple, stupid. Do not get me wrong. By the way, did you like that thumbnail I have? That is from a live stream from, I think, almost 5 years ago. Almost 5 years ago. Wow. That was a ways back. Shout out to the person who sent that screenshot to me a couple of years ago, probably more like 4. And I still had it archived. All right, listen, I'm going to get out of here. You guys do the same. Don't have anything else to add to that other than thanks for coming. All good things be equal. All good things must come to an end. Remember, the small YouTuber always hedges their bets. Look for different live streams. I will do a shout out to the channel Golden Boy Reports. He came on, so he's going to go live later. Let's see, Truth Finder. He was actually live, I think, when I actually did this live stream. You want to come up with a panel, BTC? I'm getting ready to end this thing. Shout out to the replay crew. Go back and watch. We're almost 2 hours into this thing, and you just appear. The link is pinned. It was pinned over an hour ago. If you don't see it, you have me blocked. Anyways, I don't cater to people, nor like this. So there is that. There is that. And so much more. Anyways, have fun in the sun. Hopefully you got it where you're at. And may she be a white Christmas. And if not, well, they have those little glass globes you can shake up with the little house in there with the snow and make it feel like Christmas, at least for about a minute. He's not backstage. To let up. Go live, Trump said, and host him. I was not able to get on that guy's channel for the longest of time because he had me blocked. And he admitted it too. So there is that. Isn't there? Okay, listen. Again, almost 2 hours into the stream, nobody is backstage. I'm going to go see what's going on in Lisa's. I cannot redirect you there because she has her redirecting option shut off, probably by default, in her StreamYard studio. And there it is. I can't share it. If you want to drop the link in the chat, feel free to go ahead. We are going to be gone because all good things must come to an end. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'll leave it up. You can go watch it. Prime, I was just getting proud of you, and you had to do it. All right, we'll catch you later. There is nobody backstage. I'll even take a screenshot of my backstage in the interest of YouTube jurisprudence or justice. Not that there is such a thing, because there's not, and prove it to you in a community tab. Not like any of you show receipts on me other than just talking trash. Just saying. So that's why I stopped showing receipts altogether. The old badges and shit I showed on my channel have been on my community tabs on my channel for the last 4 fucking years. So there's that too. Okay, catch you guys later. See you later. Bye.